sweet life, sweet life, sweet life, sweet.
Guys, and welcome back. Today we're going to be making Easter baskets, and I got these adorable plaid baskets off of eBay, and I got the bunny one from Five Below. Okay, so we're going to be customizing these baskets. So first I'm just typing the names into my Cricut design space. We are going to change the font on the names to Muthiara. I will put the name of it on the screen or at the bottom in the description box. So next I went in and I ungrouped each name so that I can move the letters around to actually make them touch each other, so there will not be any space in between where we're cutting them. And then after I got them in the desired position that I wanted to, I highlighted them again and then I welded them together. I went in and I measured each one of my baskets to see how big I wanted the names to be on each basket. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just resizing the name, and it's easy to do after it's already welded together because it's all one image now. And so I sized them all to about 5 inches each. Now we're gonna click make. And so we're going to go in and mirror the image, because when you are doing a name or words or a picture, you want to make sure it's mirrored. So now we're going to get our iron-on vinyl, and I actually got this from Michael's, but you can also get it from Amazon. I will link it below. And we're going to put the shiny side down onto our Cricut mat. And then we're just going to use our the little smoothing tool to try to get all the air bubbles out. And then I'm going to trim it. And I will tell you that I did go back in and make the letters bigger after this. And I had already cut the vinyl, and I forgot that I had already cut the vinyl when I went in and resized. So you will see when I actually print it that one of the names will get cut off, and then I'll have to recut that name. But this is still how you would do it. You would see the sizing on your in design space, and then you can match the sizing to your mat, and you'll cut the additional vinyl off so that you won't be wasting any vinyl. But like I said, I did have to go back and recut one of the other names, and I'm just using an X-Acto knife to cut that off. And see, I didn't pull the plastic off from the vinyl, so I just had to cut that little part off. So now we're just feeding our mat into our Cricut, and we're going to go through and cut our names. But the material that we're going to select is the Everyday Iron-On. That's the material that we'll be using. And then we're just going to go through our regular steps from cutting out our name. I just went back in to make sure my image was mirrored, that the little mirrored box was checked. And so now we're just going to go through with cutting the names onto the vinyl. So this part is always a little bit tricky. I actually use my X-Acto knife to make sure I get between the actual vinyl and the plastic backing. And so once I'm able to just pull the vinyl, then I just pull it back with my hands. It is kind of tricky because you naturally just want to pull up the plastic, the clear plastic as well, but that needs to stay down. And so we're just going to pull that up with our fingers. I'm just applying pressure, but also making sure, as you see at the bottom, that one name got cut off like I told you earlier. So now I'm just going to use my little pick tool to get in between the A and the L and those different letters. And then I'm going to go with my X-Acto knife and cut each name out separately, like so. And now we're ready to actually iron on to the baskets. We're going to use a regular iron. And so I make sure the steam is completely off, and I make sure the heat is completely up. So you don't want any steam but you want it at its full heat. And so for this step, you can also use the Teflon sheets. And next time I would use the Teflon sheets just because the iron had a little bit discoloration on the basket. You'll see when I remove the iron, the pink had a little bit of discoloration. So you just hold the iron down. You don't want to go back and forth in an iron motion. You want to go more in a pressing motion. So you don't move the iron. I'm just holding it down for 30 seconds on each part of the name. So I started from one side, I did 30 seconds, then I moved to the middle, 30 seconds, and then at the end of the name, I'm going to hold it down and do another 30 seconds with my iron. And then after that, it should be ready to, it should be adhered to your basket or whatever, your shirt or whatever you're making. And then it's very easy to just pull back that plastic. And there you go. Perfect. And this is how they all came out. Very cute. So now I'm going to take you guys through how I make some of the baskets. And so what I do is take the larger items and I tape them together. I don't just sit all my items inside the basket because they will just fall to the bottom of the basket since they are pretty deep and you won't be able to see the majority of the objects. So your objects that are bigger or flatter, I tape them together, and this creates more height in your basket. This is how you get your baskets to be taller. So I'm taping those 4 items together with some of the items on the front, as you can see. And so now it allows your basket to sit up much higher than if you would have just placed your items inside the basket. Oh, I forgot to mention, in my baskets, I did place a 9-inch cake board, just a regular little cake board that was like 50 cents. I placed some of the Easter grass or like tissue paper or whatever, and then I placed the 9-inch board. And the 9-inch board went about to the height of the name. And it stopped, and that's what all of the items are sitting on. So there's a lot of space in the bottom of that basket, and that's why the items did not fall down. So you want to find some way to prop your baskets up, whether you use styrofoam, grass, tissue. I use the cake boards because the 9-inch cake board just sat directly in there. And as you can see, I got the rest of my little treats and toys in there. And I got this spiral ribbon from Dollar Tree. It actually came with the bow, and I'm just tying that in a bow. I actually got the cellophane bag, clear bag as well from Dollar Tree. The items are a variety from Walmart, Dollar Tree, Ross, Five Below, and Target. And so this is the unicorn one for Ailani. This is how it came down. And now I'm gonna show you how I made the LOL surprise. As you can see, the cake board that I put in there, and that's how that's able to sit like that. So I'm just kind of positioning these items how I want them, and I'm gonna do the same thing here with kind of like stacking them and taping them together so that you can like see them and they don't all fall to the bottom. And there we have it. This is about half of the baskets that I made this year. 2 of them I still have to go in and put their name on. I was just making up like a mock version so my clients can see it. But how cute are these and how nice are these? I hope you guys give these a try. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.